Hello, beautiful souls. Sorry to keep you waiting. I was just mucking around with StreamYard. Just bear with me here while I just finish getting set up. I didn't want to keep you waiting. So hello and welcome. Scarlett, I did not get your email about an appointment. I haven't seen that. So there must be a typo in the email. I did get your one about the, because I sent you the Yoga Nidra, but I haven't got an email about an appointment. Sorry. And hello to Jen. Welcome. So tonight is the VR to Mascha. And I'm just going to open up YouTube. So welcome. And I am extremely, this was a bigger task than I imagined. It certainly was. So I had already done a top 5 tarot and a top 5 oracle for 2020, and going through all these categories, to tell you the truth, was quite overwhelming. Anyway, I did it. I did it. So, okay, so here we are. Yay. One more thing I have to fix, and then we'll be good to go. There we are. All these little technical things. Hello, Andrew. Welcome. Good evening. So as I shared with you the last couple of nights, I have been preparing 2 videos simultaneously and pulling out lots of decks, and I updated my live IB and really thinking about if there's anything missing from my collection, you know what? I think my collection is just amazing and very complete. And so what I purchase over the next year will be extremely limited, because I have a lot of decks that I'm really enjoying working with, and a few that came recently. One is the Dark Goddess Tarot, and I'm really excited about working with that deck, and I want to thank whoever it was that recommended it. I think a couple of people did. So yeah, so I would say that's the latest deck in my collection. So I won't be including that tonight. It's really funny. I watched quite a few of your videos, the VR to Mascha, and in Kasha's video, Tarot Map, it's so funny because she was showing a lot of Mary Magdalene or Mary decks in the category about your hobby, and I laughed so hard when she said, yeah, Jesus as a hobby. And so when I got to that category, I decided to skip that category. I was going to go with goddesses and things, but I only have one deck and it's brand new. So I have switched up Masha's categories just a little bit. Anyway, hello, Sunny. Nice to have you here. Thanks for coming. Essence, hello, Miss Neem. Welcome. Is there anyone else I've missed? Hello. Okay, cool. So let's get to it. Let's get to it, because this is, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this in an hour. No problem. And I created, this is what I was doing. This is why I was a little bit late coming on, because this will help me keep focused. As far as collage decks go, I am surprised how many I have in my collection. And this year I acquired 7 collage decks. 2 of them, unfortunately, are not in my hand. And you've heard my sad story about my box on the other side of the border. So 2 of those decks, the 2 collage decks that aren't in hand, are Emerging from Darkness, which I haven't seen anybody sharing, and I'm so excited to get that deck. And the other one is the Journey of the Sacred Bee. So it's really difficult to choose a top collage deck. I have 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. I have 1, 2, 3. And I'm going to say in third place is Star Seeker. This is a pretty amazing deck. Really, really happy with this deck, like as far as how it reads. And I love just, it's really beautiful. It's really beautiful. And some of the nature scenery is absolutely gorgeous. I love the color palette. And the rose petalness is not too bad. You know, it's not too bad. This mermaid, this Queen of Mermaids, Queen of Cups, she's my favorite card. I love her. So I would say this is pretty significant for top collage deck of 2020. And in this video, I'm going to share with you decks that I acquired in 2020. They're not all 2020 decks. This one's going to be my top one. And then this one I'm going to share in a lot of other categories, so I'm not going to share that. Okay, so I've decided. Uh-oh, what did I just do? Oh my God. Technology. There we go. No, I'm not allowed to cross the border yet. Nope, is closed. Can't drive my car across the border unless it's essential. Essential. Okay. So my top collage deck for 2020. So this is not a 2020 deck. I have acquired this in 2020. Is Dust to Onyx. My favorite cards, I think you've heard me say this, are the court cards. I find the court cards just so unbelievable. There are a couple cards in this deck that I don't like, but I think there's just like 2. So this deck is just, it's really deep. It's really deep, and it takes me, it transports me to these crazy places. And I feel like the guides in this deck, like this, when you read tarot, if you feel like when you're shuffling the cards and you lay them out on the table, you've got all these like beings around you. I feel like there's a lot of beings when I read with this deck. And, you know, this 8 of Staffs looks kind of simple, but it's not. It's so full of energy. I mean, it's just such an extraordinary deck. JBT gifted it to you. Oh, that is so awesome. What are you saying, Miss Neem? Something Sadhana clearly has. Laugh out loud, not me. I don't understand your comment. Oh, you're talking about, well, you know what? If I do that, there's so many of them, I would have to pay. I'd have to pay so much money in customs fees, broker fees. So I'm not doing it. I'm waiting, because I really shouldn't say this on YouTube. You know, like they just kind of disappear in my car when I drive across the border. Let's just say that. Say no more. Okay. They're invisible. They're invisible. Next. Okay. So next is favorite, pocket size, travel size. Okay. I have a couple here. And so I'm going to show you this really old deck that I acquired this year. And I hesitated about buying this deck because there's a couple of reasons, but I had to have it. I know it's really old. I do like these decks in a tin. I love them for traveling. So when I go, where I live, I have to catch a ferry to go to the mainland. And so I usually have like 2 or 3 decks with me. And for sure I have books with me as well too. I don't know. This deck, it reminds me of, I don't know, a time gone by. Let's just say that. I don't know if it's the 60s or what it is. I think it's funny. And I suppose this could have gone in the whimsical category too. Maybe I should have put that there in the whimsical, because I crossed off the whimsical because I thought I didn't acquire a whimsical deck this year. Yeah, and I could make this even smaller by cutting off these ridiculous borders, but the internal borders are a weird shape. They're a really weird shape. And actually, looking at this deck, holy cow, I didn't realize there was multiple skin colors. This is nice. For such an old deck, I didn't even realize that. So I think this is fun. And so nowadays, when I go on the ferry, you stay in your car. Before COVID, you had to get out of your car. You couldn't be in your car unless you were on the top deck. This takes me to the 70s. Bewitched. Why am I telling you this? Oh, because so before I would pull out my decks and I would shuffle tarot cards, and I would sit in the middle of the cafeteria and attract attention. And people would look at me like, "Ooh, what's that? What's that lady doing?" It was fun. It was fun. Sometimes people would come over to me. So let's change this to whimsical for 2020, okay? Because I didn't have whimsical. Anyway, I loved it. Okay. Dustaholics. Aloha, Jonathan. Jen, you like Vanessa too? Excellent. Hey, Joseph. Okay, so that one I'm going to switch categories. And so later on, I'm going to edit. I'm going to edit down below in the description box. And so this one will be in the whimsical category. So I do have one. This one I received as a gift. This is the teeny tiny pocket size Jodorowsky and Camoin. And it's really little. I used to have mini playing cards like this when I was a kid. And just so you can see how little it is. That's how little it is. And I love it. I'm surprised the box hasn't got damaged yet. So the cards stack in the box this way. Well, no, they don't. No, they don't. What was that? What am I saying? No, they don't. Yeah. So it's really little. And I like it because it's little. It's just, I think it's the littlest deck that I own. Anyway, you don't need to see these, but so this one was a gift. And I like it. I like it a lot. Okay, so my honorable mention, because I purchased 2 mini Oracle decks from Rebecca Lefebvre this year. And I am in love with her Fantastic Being deck. And so her mini decks are square. And so just so you can see the size, right? They're little. And so I have them in little tiny bags. And this is an incredible little Oracle deck. So this is my honorable pocket-sized deck. I don't know, there's something about this deck. And I love, the only thing you don't get with the mini is you don't get on the back, you don't get the, there's no element association, which you don't really need. Yeah. Okay. Hello, My Voice Tarot. Jillian Pierce. Hello, hello. I think I saw Jen said hello to you earlier. Dee, hello, Dee Tigerly Balm. The dark side of Sadhana. Yes, the dark side of Sadhana. Oh my goodness. Sadhana, is the same cardstock on the mini Fantastic Beings as the large? Yes, it is exactly the same beautiful watercolor paper. It just has square corners and no elements. Same beautiful paper. Okay. My most beautiful tarot in 2020. Okay. So this is really hard question. Okay. Because I'm trying to like divide out the categories, and I'm kind of cheating here. I have a few. So, okay. Oh, gosh. All right. So the Lonely Dreamer Tarot could appear in a whole bunch of categories. I mean, this is a really beautiful deck. And I especially love the purples in this deck. I find the purples are quite extraordinary. And yeah, this is a collage. It could have been in the collage, but I had to give dust to Onyx, because it's new to my collection this year. And even the dark, like there's the dark cards as well too. They're really beautiful. And I use this deck for romantic readings. This is by, it's not by, it's Melissa Wotherspoon. This is the art of Odilon Redon. And I cracked this right out of the box and started reading with it, and it was just really something. So I find this really beautiful. Jonathan, you backed the second edition? Cool. Yeah, sometimes we need a day off, My Voice. Oh, look at this Queen of Wands. It's really beautiful. Really beautiful. So what I was saying about oh, look at the World card. Yeah, and I know that there's going to be different cards, a few different cards in the second edition. So that Lonely Dreamer, I'm going to put it over there because it could go in a lot of categories. The thing I was going to say about cheating was I got the second edition. It's not really an edition. There's nothing different except the different card backs. And I didn't crack it open, but I'm going to crack it open. Come on, you can do this. I have nothing. Maybe I can crack it with a crystal. I have no scissors or anything. Oh, there we go. Nothing like a sharp crystal to crack open cellophane. Come on, you can do it. And I've had this sitting in I just haven't used it, but I wanted a backup copy of this deck, and I can't get it open. Oh, too bad. Okay, so this is the other version of the Tarot de Ozar that I got very early, I think January 2020. And I absolutely love this deck. I find it so pretty. It's one of the, I guess I can use a pen. I just find this deck when it's on the table, it just makes me, you know, I like all the chakra stuff, right? The colors and the energy of the colors. And I love the new backs. So these are the new backs. And so when I say beautiful deck, I mean, I don't have, this just reminds me of, I'm sure you've heard me say this before, like going into a paint store and fanning out paint chips. I don't know. It's just so gorgeous. So I know this is a big cheat. I've had this deck in my collection for some time, but I did get the new version this year. And I'm really, really happy that I have this backup copy. So it's quite something. Yeah, I can just stare at it, stare at it, stare at it, stare at it. I think just really, really, really beautiful. Okay. 5 cent would be collage. Yes. I don't, do I have it here? Yes, I do. It's on my table. I kind of wish I'd chose green, you know. I chose purple because I like purple, but 5 cent is definitely collage. Yeah, right? That's definitely collage, right? You've got cups and birds and all kinds of things there. It's a really good reader, a really good reader. But I can't show you 6 or 7 decks in each category. You like the blue, Jen? Yeah. Okay. I don't think I have a 2020 deck, a stand on its own that came out in 2020. I really don't think I have one. If I do, it would be the Dark Goddess, which I just got, because it's very unique, because each of the stories, each of the goddesses carries something unique to the card. So it's definitely not an RWS type deck. But I just got it, like just, so I can't really include it. The deck that I want to include here is the deck because I just received my second copy. And I think this is important to share with you. I've got a couple things. So the Wild Unknown, sorry, not the Wild Unknown, the Wildwood Tarot. This is so same publisher, but the cardstock is different now. The cardstock is matte and the paper is really beautiful. So no more shiny paper. And so now I have a matte copy of this deck. And I absolutely love this deck. And I just purchased A Year in the Wildwood. And so so at the start of the astrological year, I'm going to start working with that book because that's when the year starts in this deck. The year begins. Yeah. So I can show you the difference because I have my shiny copy here, which is trimmed. So I don't know if you can see, but the paper is different, completely different paper. So if you have been hesitating purchasing this deck, it's now matte, which is really nice. Shuffles beautifully too. I don't know what Well-Tempered Claire is referring to. Isn't it brighter? I'm not sure which deck you mean. Hey, Spinning Dancer. Hello. I have a 2 and 5. It's a wordy deck. Wordy deck. Oh, so wordy deck. You're talking about the the 5 cent. Yes, sometimes I do not open a deck until yeah, that happens. Especially if I get several decks at the same time. I do have enough restraint to not open them all at the same time. So I do that and I wait. Or sometimes I open it, I take a peek. I want to make sure all the cards are there, nothing's missing, nothing's damaged. And then I put it away until I'm ready. Because you can't possibly start 5 or 6 new decks at the same time and really take it in. It's not possible, in my humble opinion. Okay. The Wildwood, you know, if you are ready to start, so I don't know, did you guys see my Wildwood? I did a Wildwood video. Like I did a reading with the Wildwood. And so on this shiny copy, I actually put, these are removable stickers. So I wrote all over it. Because all of the majors are associated. Actually, every single card of the deck is associated with a date or a period of days. And so I found the removable stickers really, really helpful so I could memorize. Because now pretty much I know the date for each of the majors in the wheel of the year where they are. It doesn't take long. It doesn't take long once you start working with it. Oh, thanks, Andrew. I appreciate that. Okay. Favorite nature-based tarot received in 2020. Any idea? I'll give you a hint. It was a gift. It was a gift. First edition. Nope. First edition Wildwood Tarot. I mean, sorry. Oh my God. I can't even talk like first edition Wild Unknown. This deck makes me so happy. Yeah. And I really love the different cards. The Lover's card is blue instead of rainbow. Yeah. Okay. You know what? So thank you, my voice. Yes. Okay. So I also received this deck as a gift this year. And I guess this is nature-based as well, too. So I need to hold up both of these because these decks, I'm going to get it. I'm going to get another one with a different card just quickly find one of the different cards. Come on. Faster. Okay. So both of these decks were gifted to me this year. And they are both so extraordinary. They both never leave my side. They're always on my table. And yeah, I am so blessed, like seriously blessed. It's wonderful. Yeah. And when I received both of these decks, it was kind of jaw dropping. Like I can't believe people's generosity, kindness. Oh my goodness. Yeah. I don't have Oak Ash and Thorn, no. I contemplated it. I don't really think I would use it. I thought about it. I've had it. I've gone through, put it in a cart multiple times. I'm on the mail list for the next edition. We'll see. We'll see. It's one of those, you know, I'm at this point, I feel like I have enough decks. And I have a couple nature-based decks that I love and I use. And when you have, so in the Wildwood Tarot, I just love this new matte deck, right? Like this is one of my favorite cards. This is the Four of Pentacles, the Four of Stones. Like, I really don't know if I need another animal deck. Like, I'm so glad I have a moon card again. My other deck is missing a moon card. If anybody hates this deck and they have an old shiny copy and they would like to mail me a moon card, I would love to have a shiny moon card because my shiny deck is missing a moon card. It fell between the wood on the deck in the summer. It is irretrievable. And even if it were retrievable now, it would be ruined. Like, oh, look at this. I love this one too. Okay, so we are going back and forth, back and forth. And I'm doing this because I'm convincing myself I don't need oak, ash, and thorn. Ooh, okay. I am going to just go over here. A tag, solar, lunar, mercurial, Venusian, Martian. Ooh, that would be an amazing tag. I would play with that. That would be fun to play with that. So what would you call the tag? Yeah, what would you call the tag? Planetary. I have to think of something catchy. That would be good. I would definitely play. I don't need oak, ash, and thorn neem. You know what? I'd probably feel differently if I had it in hand, but I don't have it in hand. So there we go. Yeah. Other people, planetary tag. Yeah. So we need a name. Ooh, that's a good idea, Joseph. Planetary aspects of tarot. That I really like that. It's awesome. Do it, Andrew. Do it, do it, do it. Okay, let's go back. All right. Do you know I ordered a few decks through Make Playing Cards months ago? Months and months and months ago. They've never come because I really wanted the CS Tarot. I have no idea where it is because that would definitely probably be in this category. So I went back through my decks I've acquired in 2020, the different RWS that I've acquired. And in January 2020, I acquired a few decks from Tarot Collectibles. And so my favorite deck from Tarot Collectibles that I acquired is the Groovy. This is another whimsical, but it is RWS, and I like this deck. It makes me happy. It makes me happy. Yeah. It's very shiny. Oh gosh, I love the mushrooms. Let's see. I want to, oh yeah, here's my, this is why I like it. I like the Guru card. And I like this better than the Trippin. I like the Groovy better than the Trippin. I have the Trippin. If anybody wants to trade the Trippin for something, I would be happy to trade my Trippin weight. And I have lots of extra cards too. I spent a fortune. on that order. Silly, silly me. I know they're not, there's not a lot in their menu right now. I did not get the black light. No, I didn't order it. I think this is enough. This is enough. Yes, it does look like Mahesh Yogi. Okay, so where are we? All right, so Whimsical. So Whimsical is going to be Vanessa. So that's going to go in that category. And then Mascha had Tarot de Marseille type 1 and type 2. And I purchased a few Tarot de Marseille this year. And so they're all pretty mixed type 1 and type 2. The closest one that has the type 1 majors is this gorgeous deck. This one. I love the backs. And this came in December. These are the backs. This is the Riv Sol. So somebody needs to phonetically tell us all how to say this name. It's obviously Riv and then probably Sol. Riv Sol, I'm guessing, but yeah. And this could also be in the art deck. This could, yeah, it's just, so this one was painted with ceramic paint. Ceramic paint. So it's really, really like crazy. It feels like, and it smells, you know, it smells like oil paint. It's just, it's really something. Googled the pronunciation and then decided I'm going to call it what I want. Yeah, so this deck is, and the minors all have borders on them, and they're just gorgeous. And they're all slightly different. So I don't know if you can see this on the screen. I'm sure you've seen this on Mascha's channel a million times. For those of you that watch Mascha. So here, all of the borders are a little bit different. And they go from a lighter red to a darker red. And they have little decorations on them. So this is beautiful. I'm just blown away. So these are not little cards at all. These are this is a mittful to hold on to. And I am gonna, so this is the size of them. They're big. Yeah. Yes. Oh no, you bent one of your cards riffle shuffling. Yeah, they're not very bendy. They're kind of cardboardy. It feels like that could easily happen. Yeah. Okay, so favorite pip deck is an oldie. It's an oldie that I've been working with this year. And so I decided not to do type 1, type 2 Marseille because I'm just going to call that, when I do the thing down below, I'm just going to do favorite Tarot de Marseille is that one. And then favorite pip deck that I have been spending some time getting to know it, and this is trimmed, so all the titles are off, so it's been a little bit of an effort to get to know it, is the Crystal Tarot. And I am a lot in love with this deck, and I have not been using it on my live readings because I'm still, I want to make sure that with the, so I'm going to show you here. So this is what the wands look like. And the pentacles. And this is what the cups look like. And the swords. So yeah, oh, look at this. So beautiful. It's really something. I feel like I'm going to fan these out for you. It has a very unique energy to it because of all of this blue, this bluey green color. And you can see there's a moon on the back. And so I kind of feel like this is the Fool. I feel like this deck is, I don't know quite how to say this. It's a shadow deck that looks light. Does that make any sense? It's a shadow deck that looks light. This is the Two of Pentacles. Because it's so watery, it tends to go into the dark stuff, right? The feelings, the yucky love stuff, the stuff we don't want to look at. But it doesn't have any scary cards. It's really pretty. Really, really pretty. And I'm so glad I trimmed it. And I haven't edged it because I have no idea what color to edge it. So it's not edged. It's, maybe I won't edge it. I don't know if it needs to be edged because it's so colorful on the other side. So that's my favorite pip deck for 2020. It's not cold. It's not cold at all. No. No, it just goes there. It just gets in there and just does its stuff. Favorite deck featuring myth or stories. Dee Dee, hello. What are you saying here? Okay. Favorite deck featuring myth or stories. I forget. I got a couple in front of me. What did I choose for my finalist? Oh my goodness. What did I choose? Oh yeah. Okay. Okay. I have to look at my notes because I totally forgot. So Tarot of the Divine, I have the extra book and the supplemental book, and I'm really enjoying reading it. And so I will probably get the cards, but I don't have the cards. So I don't have that deck. And I do want to do an honorable mention. This is an Oracle deck. I've done a full sharing of this deck, I'm pretty sure. This is the Threadbound Oracle. This is based on a novel. There's actually a paperback book that goes with this, or you can get it as a PDF. This is by the creator of the Luminous Tarot, Cedar McLeod. And you do not have to read the story to understand the deck, but aspects of the novel are in the deck. And so this is my honorable mention in this category because it's Oracle. And this tag was a tarot tag. And there's lots of books. And this is a deck about story. It's a deck about weaving stories. And it's incredibly beautiful as well too. Lovely, lovely cardstock, shuffles beautifully, reads really well with the Luminous Tarot, and also on its own. And I'm just looking at this. So black and white, it would look amazing with a black and white deck, for sure. I want that Tarot of the Abyss so badly. I have a few different oracle decks that are waiting for it. They're going like, Mommy, Mommy, where is the Tarot of the Abyss? When is the Tarot of the Abyss coming? We're waiting for you. Okay. This is a deck I never see on TarotTube. No, I didn't pre-order it because I can get it at 30% off through the shop. So I just have to wait till it comes into the store. This one. This is the one. And there's something really unusual and mysterious about this deck. And I haven't told you the title. I'm going to show you the cover in a minute. There's something about, there's a lot of myth and story. And I did a side-by-side with the Star Spinner Tarot. This one is the Stunning Tarot by Yonasias. There is no guidebook that comes with it. And so you're kind of led into this magical world. And I kind of like that there's no guidebook. The King of Swords is underwater. Check out the Sun card. It's beautiful. Pentacles is a real Egyptian flavor to it. And I love the purple cards. I'll show you a couple of the purple cards. Of course, I love the purple cards. This is the Five of Wands. It's so cool. She's sitting there in the center of her pentacle. Fire, a spell book. Look at the star. That's the star. Okay, let me get you a couple more purple cards. This is the Ace of Wands. That's a 6. So yeah, so this is the stunning tarot. I love the Knight of Pentacles. He just feels a little more powerful and a little more manly than a lot of the Knight of Pentacles. I don't know. I like him. Tarot of the Holy Spectrum is similar. I haven't seen that one. Okay. So yeah, so, you know, I have a few different decks that are based in mythology. And on one side, I like the books. I like to read about the story. And on the other side, I just want to read it intuitively. Because, so for example, I'm thinking of the Fairy Tale Tarot. And there's no way I can memorize all those fairy tales. There's just no way. And I just like reading it. And I pick up things from the pictures and the colors. And I love the Fairy Tale Tarot. But I don't, once in a while I'll go and I'll read the fairy tale, but I find it too much. It's too much for me. 78 fairy tales is just, it's too much for my little brain. Okay. The moon. You want to see the moon in this card? Sure. I can show the moon. I can show the moon. Might take me a second because they're not in order. Look at the Hermit. That's the Hermit. Death. It's a cool death card, isn't it? The thing I don't like about, like, sometimes, so I think she's changed her website. So now there's a website that's always there, but her website was going up and down all the time. It was hard to figure out what was going on with her decks. Okay, come on. Where's the moon? I really like the witchy vibe of the purple deck. This is the Fool. It's really got a great multicultural flavor to it. I showed you the sun. I showed you the star. Judgment is extraordinary as well too. World. Where is the moon card? Oh. Okay. So that's so strange. And I really like how she's taken on different, like this Three of Cups feels almost kind of psycho to me. Like, I love that there's a different energy to some of the cards, you know, like it's not traditional by any means. I just find that really attractive. Yeah. And then, so this has been a bit of a learning curve for me. So this year I've acquired, so this deck and the Crystal Tarot both have watery energy in the Suit of Swords. And so this has been a whole new, please tell me I haven't lost the moon card, a whole new learning curve for me. And I'd be really curious to ask you, which decks do you have that have the element of water in the Suit of Swords? And then my next question for you is, do you have any reference material for this? There's no moon card. There's no moon card. Maybe it's in the box. No. Okay. I'm hoping it's stuck together. I'm not going to spend any more time looking for it. That's very strange and alarming at the same time. Okay, I'm going to go on. The next category, Mascha talked about modern decks. So contemporary, I prefer to use the term contemporary. And the deck that I chose for my favorite contemporary deck, so I think in January I got The Way Home, which is a deck that I've used a lot. And also in that same shipment, I received the Yonasa Yaus. And so I find this to be quite an extraordinary deck. So this is a contemporary Tarot de Marseille. It's based loosely on Jodorowsky. And there's a few cards that just make me really happy. I just really like this deck. I love the color. The only thing I don't like about it, you know, all the women all kind of look the same. I wish there was a little variation in body size, and skin tone and things like that, but I can get over it. Here's the moon in this card, in this deck. That's the moon. That's the Emperor. It's a very cool Emperor card. So yeah, so this gets my, I really like, I don't know, there's just something about these particular flowers as the wands. I love, like, there's a lot of emotion in a few of these cards with the women. And there's a bit of yoga stuff going on here as well too. I can tell she's a yogi. So there's one card, where is it? Oh, there is different skin colors. Just all the same body type, and I think pretty much all the same age. There's your Hanged Man. It's really beautiful. Okay, so where's the card I wanted to show you? Again, having trouble finding cards. There's actually quite a few. There's a couple of pregnant cards here. The knights are really interesting too because they're all in armor. Oh, there you go, Jen. She's doing Nadi Shodhana. Alternate nostril breathing. Yeah. Okay. So that's my favorite contemporary deck for this year. Mind you, I'd get it very, very early on in the year. Okay. Let's go to art. This one's really hard to choose. So I've already shown you Lonely Dreamer. And what I want to show you here is a deck that I have really, really enjoyed working with. Okay. Oh, I didn't see Neem saying goodbye. Goodbye, Neem. Peace and blessings to you as well, too. Aspasia, if I do find that moon card, I will show it to you in another video. So I will remember that you asked for it. I'm going to count the cards when we're done here, and I'm going to look and see if I can find it. Fifth edition is green. Okay. Slow Tarot is art. Yes, I got that. Definitely got that last year. Definitely got that last year. So the deck that has really moved me as far as art for decks that I acquired in 2020 it's an Oracle. This is a deck for Wonder Walking. I just have fallen in love with this deck, and I was going to use it for my January readings, and I was going to pair it with Pagan Otherworlds, and I'm planning on doing a video with this with Pagan Otherworlds. Might seem like a weird combination, but look here. I'm going to show you. There's something going on here. They look really pretty together. So yeah, this is a deck for Wonder Walking by Amy Wan. I know it's impossible to choose favorite art. So yeah, so this is one that definitely I will remember as a deck that I acquired in 2020. It's really something. Okay. Foggy Pagan Otherworlds. Yeah. Okay. Alrighty. This is me. this is me because there's two decks that I have to mention, and I don't know where they fit in any of Mascha's categories because they don't fit. And I just have to talk about Primordial because I've never felt like this with a deck before. Maybe Marielle and Tarot of the She. So can you please come up with a category name for decks that move you like emotionally, like raw primal energy? So to me, there's something, I get this in the Marielle for sure. And I also get this in Tarot of the She. It's a feeling. And so we need a new category name because I don't like what I wrote on the screen there. I need a creative category name for this deck. And Tarot of the She and Marielle. So if you kind of get my vibe, I need a category name, please, you creative people. Abstract primal. Like, look at this guy. I don't think, right? And I'm sure some people don't like this, but I do. I do. I really do. And when I look at like when I look at the Marielle, it's that same thing. It's like everybody's screaming at me. Like even when it's just nature, right? What is it? What's the category? There's something. There's a category to be created here, and I'm not quite sure what we're going to call it. So Primordial Tarot wins the favorite raw primal energy deck. And of course, this one goes there too, because this one is extraordinary, extraordinary, extraordinary. I don't know. There's just so much cleverness in Materia Prima that and this one is also, it's so close to being a tarot deck as well too. And I love it also has that raw energy, and because it's connected to the elements as well too, it also fits in this category, I feel. So yeah, so this is the new category that is seeking a title. Core primal. Core primal. Core primal. It's like they, I don't know. Joseph, that's good. That's good. I'm not sure that hits the nail on the head. It's like they strike a chord, they okay. So I'm waiting. I'm thinking, I'm contemplating. Yeah, those decks go right to our core. The Bring Me to Tears decks. Primal Chord, yeah. Bring me to tears. Bring me to my knees. Bring me to, yeah. Okay. So last one. last one. Do you know what it is? And, you know, there's a couple other decks that are on my table here that I haven't shown you. Like these two Oracle decks were highly used this year. And they could be in the art category, but I know we were supposed to do tarot in this thing, so okay. So the last deck. And, you know, I also think on so many levels, this deck will be remembered for 2020. Kind of, you know, the whole love-hate thing of when is it ever going to get here? And then it just turned out to be this absolutely fantastic deck. So I'm going to put Bone Stone here. Here's the Moon card. What's the Nine of Pentacles? I don't know. I mean, there's a couple cards I don't like, but for the most part, this is truly an extraordinary representative of 2020. And I know there's lots of people out there that are hoping that there is a reprint at some point. Yeah, that's the Three of Swords. That's just an incredible card. With the plant, the growth coming out of the burnt heart. And you saw a lot of these cards. Do you know, I was going to do a follow-up and say, these are the cards that didn't show up in the year ahead readings. Look at him. Yeah. So yeah, there was actually quite a mitt full of cards that didn't come up in the readings for the readings I did at the end of the year. Okay, that's it. Apparently my computer has no juice left. Let's plug it in. Obscure unknown deck that I have. Obscure unknown deck. Don't know. I have to go through my cupboard to answer that question. So I have two homework questions. I have two things to do right now. One is to contemplate that question because that's a great question. And hey, Gerald, no problem. So the question is the Moon card. Where is the Moon card for the Stunning Tarot? The title for the Primal Core Energy Bring Us to Tears category. And yeah, I want to answer Well-Tempered Claire's question. The most obscure, I'm going to write that down. What was it? What is the most obscure unknown deck that you have? Okay, I'm going to think about that. Obscure and unknown. I will answer these questions next Thursday night in conjunction with something else that I'm doing. So yeah, it's a really it's a great question. So thanks for hanging out with me tonight, and I'll be back in a couple hours for gratitude. And I really enjoyed chatting with you, and yeah, that was fun. So thanks, and thanks to the lovely Mascha for, I don't know, giving us permission to show more decks, more favorites of 2020. The Prairie Tarot, interesting. Okay, so thanks. I'll see you all very soon. Namaste. Bye.